Yo, what's going on, everybody? You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. I just wanted to break down the latest news and rumors that circulate around our New York Knicks following the trade for OG Anunoby. If you've been living under a rock, the Knicks made a big-time move. They traded RJ Barrett and Immanuel Quickley to the Toronto Raptors for OG Anunoby. They also sent a second-round pick to Toronto, and they will be getting back Precious Achiuwa and as well as Malachi Flynn. The thing that I believe that is going to happen is another trade for the New York Knicks. Ian Begley just went on to Twitter and said he believes that the Knicks are going to make another move. And when you talk about what's on this Knicks roster right now, I believe, as well as what others are saying, another move is coming down the line. They still have the $18 million in expiring money when it comes to Evan Fournier. They still have 8 tradable first-round picks. And right now, you don't have a backup point guard. I don't want Malachi Flynn to be that guy. I love Deuce McBride. He's not a backup point guard. I'm looking at guys like Dejounte Murray, a guy like Tyus Jones, a guy like Malcolm Brogdon, maybe a Donovan Mitchell, or maybe a Zach LaVine. I think all of those guys are going to be in play for Leon Rose to make another trade to beef up this Knicks roster as we get closer and closer to the playoffs. Let's just answer some questions from subscribers. My guy, Most Valuable Fighter, says, better trade Dejounte Murray or Donovan Mitchell. Other targets to look at, I do believe you're going to look at someone like Malcolm Brogdon. I think you're going to look at someone like Tyus Jones. I think Zach LaVine will be a name. But I do think that Dejounte Murray and Donovan Mitchell are at the top of the top when it comes to potential trade targets. Let's break it down. Donovan Mitchell, what is he? He's a super hyperactive scorer. He can pull up from anywhere on the basketball floor. When you talk about what is Mitchell good at compared to Murray, Donovan Mitchell is a much more advanced offensive player. He's also smaller. He's 6'1", 6'2", whereas Dejounte Murray is a true 6'5", with a 7-foot wingspan. I think Murray is a better playmaker. I think Murray is a better defender, but Mitchell is a better offensive player. So now you ask yourself, what are the Knicks going to try to build this team out to be? What are they going to do to build alongside Brunson, Anunoby? God, that sounds weird. Anunoby and Julius Randle. I believe you need another guard, and I would be happy if it was either one of these guys. I think it would cost less to trade for Dejounte Murray than it would Donovan Mitchell. Dejounte Murray makes about $28 million. Donovan Mitchell is at about $33. So you got to get close to those type of salary numbers to make a deal. Evan Fournier makes $18. Then you're looking at guys like Quentin Grimes, Isaiah Hartenstein, who I don't want to trade, but he makes $8 million. And he's probably going to be in a move that I don't want to. Maybe you don't trade for Mitchell or Murray and you hold on to Hartenstein. You go get a Tyus Jones or you go get maybe a Malcolm Brogdon. That could make a little bit more sense. For me, I'd be cool with Murray or Mitchell. I think either work. I don't know who I would rather have. So how about you guys decide it for me? Who would you rather the Knicks trade for? Donovan Mitchell or Dejounte Murray? Type DM for Mitchell. Type DJ for Dejounte Murray. I think Murray makes you a more complete basketball team in the sense I think he costs less, and I think you'd have to give up less. I think I want Murray, but I'd be very happy if they got Mitchell as well. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. I do know this. If the Knicks make another move, if the Knicks do anything, we are going to make a video here on this channel. So if you're looking for free, daily Knicks content, subscribe to Knicks Now by Chat Sports. We'll be live Monday night for OG Anunoby's debut against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And we're going to be doing as many watch parties as we can on the channel. Your one-stop shop for everything New York Knicks on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Let's go. Michael Vasquez. Where does Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, and OG Anunoby, Big Three, rank in the Eastern Conference? I'm still going to have the Milwaukee Bucks Big Three with Giannis, Dame, and Middleton above them. I'm still going to have the Boston Celtics Big Three with Tatum, Holiday, Brown, and Porzingis above them. And then I'd probably have the Miami Heat just because of Bam and Jimmy over the Knicks, and I think the Knicks are right there. I think the Knicks have the 4th best Big Three in the Eastern Conference, and I think that they are neck and neck with the Miami Heat. I think OG Anunoby is better than Tyler Hero. I think Bam is better than Julius. I think Jimmy is better than Brunson, but Brunson went out and outplayed him in that conference finals, and I'd ride or die with those three against their three. We just need regular season Randle to show up in the postseason. Atlantic Lion says it hurts, but it's a good trade. Question is, who is next? Do we promote Deuce to the IQ role, or do we trade for someone like Tyus Jones or Spida? The starting lineup will be interesting to see how Tom Thibodeau manages that. I would continue to have Dante DiVincenzo in that starting lineup just because I think his readiness and willingness to be a catch-and-shoot player as well as a better ball handler and playmaker than Grimes just makes a little bit more sense than a guy like Grimes. But I think this is also an opportunity for the Knicks to kind of rebuild and make Grimes back into that effective player that he was last year. There's more touches to go around. Look, Immanuel Quickley and RJ Barrett took up a lot of touches for the New York Knicks. And everybody watching this show right now loved Quentin Grimes just 6 months ago. We loved what he did against the Miami Heat when he played 48 minutes and he played great defense on Jimmy Butler and got a clutch time steal. Remember, he was a guy that was untradeable in a move for Donovan Mitchell just 2 summers ago. I want to see Quentin Grimes get back involved in this team, get back involved in an offensive player. Would not be mad if he starts, but I think it should be DiVincenzo. You need a backup point guard, though. You don't have one. Guys off the bench that will play are Achua, Hart, Grimes. You need a guard. I think one is coming. I'd be looking at Tyus Jones, Malcolm Brogdon, Zach LaVine, Donovan Mitchell, or maybe Dejounte Murray. We're going to get to more questions from subscribers coming up in a second. But first, I got to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Factor. When you go to factormeals.com/KnicksChat50 and you use that promo code KnicksChat50, Factor will give you 50% off. Look, this holiday season, we're all going to be busy. And we're all going to be moving around, moving and shaking. You don't want to go to the grocery store. You don't want to prep your groceries. You've tried the whole meal prep thing and it didn't work out for you. Before you give up on it and you just don't know what to do, give Factor a try. Fresh, never frozen, dietitian approved, chef prepared meals that taste awesome while also keeping you on track. If you're looking for low calorie meals, they've got that. If you're looking for high protein meals, they've got that. If you're looking for low carb meals, they've got that. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Head to factormeals.com/KnicksChat50 and use that promo code KnicksChat50 for 50% off. That link will be clickable down in the comments and description of today's show. The New York Bully. What's happening, brother? Zach LaVine or Donovan Mitchell? Who's the more realistic option? Who's the better fit? And who costs less to trade for? We need one more bucket. 100% agreed. Zach LaVine at this point in time is going to cost significantly less than Donovan Mitchell. I believe that the Chicago Bulls are going to have to sell Zach LaVine at his absolute lowest price. And I think that he would be a really good fit next to the Knicks. They need another creator. They need another guy that can go get a bucket because that's what Immanuel Quickley could do. And even though I'm not the biggest fan of RJ Barrett, he could go and get you a bucket. Christmas Day, he had 20-plus points against the Milwaukee Bucks. I think the better fit is a toss-up. Neither are good defenders. I like the size that Zach LaVine has a little bit more, and I believe in LaVine a little bit more on the defensive end because I saw him do it in the Olympics. And he's got the athletic ability to do so. More realistic, right now in the immediate future, Zach LaVine. Who's the better fit? I think it's a toss-up. Who costs less? Zach LaVine. And we both agree we need another bucket getter. Johnson, what's happening, brother? How do we make salary work for Donovan Mitchell? So Donovan Mitchell makes about $33 million, which means you got to get close to that number. Probably about $30 million is what you would have to get to. First, you're throwing in Fournier. He makes $18 million. Then you look at the rest of this roster. The next highest earner is Dante DiVincenzo. He makes $10 million. That's $28 million. Then you could throw in Grimes. Grimes, DiVincenzo, and Fournier. That's $30 million. A couple first-round picks. Do you do that trade? Do you trade DiVincenzo, Grimes, and Fournier and 3 unprotected first-round picks? I think so. I think you do that trade. Would I be very, very sad to see Dante DiVincenzo go? Absolutely, I would. I would be sad to see Grimes go. But you once again get the best player in that deal and you make a trade that makes you better. That's how you'd have to do it. NY Knicks, bing bong. Is this a sign we are committed to the two-man Julius Brunson pairing? I think so. I think at least for now, through the trade deadline, your two-headed monster is Brunson and Julius. Now, if Julius goes out there and poops the bed again in the playoffs, you may have to recollect and rethink what you want to do there. But like when you just talk about, if your 1 and 2 is going to be Brunson and Randall, right? if 1 and 2 is Brunson and Randall, what do you need around them? Shot makers and defenders. Exactly what OG Anunoby is. He's not a splash brother, but he shoots 6 threes a night, and he knocks them down at above a 37% clip. I don't think that there's many players that are not all-stars that would be as good of a fit as OG Anunoby for the Knicks at that small forward position. And he's your backup power forward. OG Anunoby is now your backup power forward. When Randall's out, OG Anunoby should be in at that backup power forward spot. Michael Vasquez, what up, bro? How much do you sign OG Anunoby for? So there was a report that came out from, who was it? Jake Fisher. Is he Yahoo? Yahoo Sports. Jake Fisher used to work for Bleacher Report. He said that OG Anunoby could be looking for $40 million per year in the offseason. But he also reported that OG would be a guy that could take less if he could go play for the New York Knicks. I believe it's going to be 4 years, 120, 4 years, 125, 4 years, 130. I mean, don't make this trade if you're not willing to ante up the cost to get him. I also do think it is important to remember that Sam Rose is the agent for OG Anunoby. He just switched from Clutch Sports to CAA this offseason, and Sam Rose is the son of Leon Rose. OG is going to sign a deal to stay with the Knicks. Not worried about that. Tootsie says, I'm worried about OG getting injured. I know that there's some concerns about OG Anunoby being injury prone. Last year he played 67 games. Means he missed 15 games. Not worried about that. He's played 27 games this year. So he's missed a couple. He's played in 74 games, 67 games, 69 games, 43, 48, and 67. So 2 of his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 of his 6 years he's missed more than 15 games. I like those odds. I'm not too worried about his injury history. D so nice. What's up, fam? Think Tibbs plays Achua more than Hartenstein? I hope not. I think Hartenstein is better than him by a pretty sizable gap. So I hope not. I do think Achua will play above Taj Gibson, and I think that's the right move. But no, I don't think he plays more than Hartenstein. I think Hartenstein is a good piece in this starting lineup. Marcus, you think we could still trade for D. Mitch? Yeah, absolutely. We didn't. Unless, in case you didn't know, we didn't trade any first-round picks for OG Anunoby. That is incredible. That means you have all your first-round picks, 8 tradable first-round picks in the next 7 years, 10 total first-round picks. You own all of your own, which is unprotected. The New York Knicks are going to make another trade, and I hope it's this year. As always, just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you for tuning in to Knicks Now by Chat Sports. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel and give me a follow over on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_.